Well, hello there. Sarge and I would like to welcome you to Conversational Shaving. Isn't that right, Sarge? Well, hello there. Hope you're all doing well. And how are you? My razor is going to be this. I haven't used this in a minute. In a long minute. I haven't used it. It's the Merkur 34C HD, a great starter razor, non-adjustable two-piece. And in there, on its first use, will be a jewel blade. I've never used one of those before. And to the fellow that sent me these, I have something coming for you soon. Excuse me. Yeah, I have what I promised you coming soon. As soon as I'm able to mail it, that is. Okay. And my soap today is going to be this Ginger's Garden Polar Green Tallow Shave Soap right there. And let's get started here. My brush is this Sanax. It's a restored Sanax, S-A-N-A-X brush. Very nice. And that's got a boar knot in it, I believe it is. And I forgot to mention that before I got on camera, I prepped my face with this Taylor of Old Bond Street Chamomile shave oil. Very nice stuff. So let me dip just the tippy tip of this brush into that water, the hot water I put into the basin there, and try to get a lather started. And I do hope you're all doing well out there. So here we go. Oh, gonna need a little bit more. And then usually when I put on a little bit more, I end up flinging lather everywhere. But no, that seems like that's about right. Nice brush here. I could even use a little bit more wetness on there, I think. Oh boy. I get the feeling I should have soaked this brush before I used it. I haven't used it before. Oh boy. I'm gonna get a lot more soap on this brush, man. I mean, I don't care if I fling lather everywhere. I'm gonna go back to the tub here, and hopefully I get a good lather started on my face. It's a little bit better. I'm really flinging the lather everywhere, flinging water everywhere at least. The soap feels nice and slick, but this brush, I'm not too sure about. I had been using almost only synthetic brushes, and was getting good lathers out of those. Well, that's going to have to do right now. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Usually what I have on the brush when I get started is enough. So let me drain this water and kind of wash my hands off. Yeah, that was kind of touch and go. Looks a little bit better. A little poofier now. Let's get started past number one with the grain. Here we go. First use on this blade, like I was saying. Feeling good so far. About 2 days worth of growth here on my face. Very nice so far, comfortable. And I'm hearing good audio feedback. Okay, let me rinse the razor. Okay, under the chin here. So far, this jewel blade is pretty nice. Let's see if it continues to be that way for me for the rest of the shave. And this is a fairly mild razor. It's not super mild, but it's fairly mild in its aggression. That's why this was considered to be a good starter razor. Okay, onto the neck here. Although this has been kind of a messy shave for me because I have lather on my shirt down here. You can't see it, but down on my lower part of my shirt there. I'll wipe that off between takes here. That is to say, between passes. When I re-lather off camera. Okay, that's pass number one done. We'll call that done for that pass. I'll be right back for a second pass, which will be across the grain. Okay, we're going to go across the grain now. Here we go. So far, the blade is still very comfortable, and it seems fairly sharp. I'll try to also not push down too hard, as I have a tendency to do after all these years of traditional shaving. In fact, a case could be made that when on those rare occasions that I still shave with a disposable or a cartridge, I'd probably even push down too hard on one of those. Bad habit. Unnecessary too, usually unnecessary. Most blades are sharp enough. You don't have to push down. Let the weight of the razor do most of the work. Of course, in the heat of the moment, so to speak, shaving, I mean, it may not sound like an exciting thing to do, but it can be pretty exciting when you shave this way. With the traditional safety razor or a straight razor or a shavette or whatever. I forget what they call those one things, commissaries or something like that. I probably butchered the name, the kind of the blade on the handle that you shave with. And then using the traditional soap and brush method. Or one of those traditional creams in a tube. And a brush. The kind that are meant to be used with a brush. Excuse me. Okay, here we go again. Yeah, so far, I'm really liking this jewel blade. And of course, it is in a fairly mild razor. I can use a feather blade in this razor. It's mild enough that I can use a feather blade, which is a very, very sharp blade. Perhaps the sharpest double-edged blade that is widely available. Made in Japan, but you can buy them online for reasonable prices. Okay, let's go over here now. Yeah, Boy, this jewel blade, I know I keep saying the same thing over and over, but the gentleman that sent me some of these, again, many thanks to him, and I have something that I'm going to mail to him as soon as I'm able to. I wish I could have mailed it directly to him, but it had to come here first. International shipping and all that. Plus, he's in Canada and I'm in the United States, so to put a different shipping address, you'd think that there would have been an option to do that, but there wasn't in this particular case. I guess I'll take the mystery out of it. He already knows. I'm sending him a conversational shaving brush, made a synthetic Generation 5 G5 knot on it, I believe, made for this channel by Frank Shaving. So I don't make any money off these. Also, there is a little surprise that comes along with that they sent me, so I'm going to send that to him. I guess I might as well say what that is too. It's a very sturdy plastic. In fact, I think it's even bendable thing that he can hang the brush upside down on. So thank you again, sir. And I guess for your privacy, and because I keep forgetting it, I won't mention your name right now. But I got it written down out there on the envelope you sent me. I'll be right back, and then we'll go against the grain. Okay, now we'll go against the grain. By the way, this soap, lovely scent, cool feel of it. Maybe a little eucalyptus in there, and kind of a piney forest scent, very nice. Scent strength of about four, starts out maybe 4 out of 10 once you start applying it to your face. It gets up to 5 out of 10 and just lightly fills the room. It doesn't overwhelm in any way, but it's very nice. And it does feel very cool and nice on the skin, and great slickness to it. It might err a little bit on the side of slickness, but then again, I can't tell regarding protection and the lather, because this brush is new to me. It's newly restored. I believe it's a boar knot, and if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's a boar knot. But if I'm wrong, I'll put a disclaimer or something down there. I don't think that's a badger knot. I think that's a boar knot. You'd think by now I'd be 100% sure about things like that, but I think that's a boar knot. It's fairly soft and comfortable for a boar knot. It's not like some, I guess you could say, of the cheaper boar knots that I've had on certain other brushes that were very scratchy, especially at the beginning. And some that remain scratchy, maybe because I didn't use them enough or because they were just scratchy, stiff. A lot of backbone, but no appreciable pliability, no appreciable softness. And I think you need some of that unless you have leather skin. Of course, we all have different types of skin, slightly different from one another at least. Excuse me. Oh boy, that scent and that coolness on that on that soap, really, wow. It gets better and better as you shave. And again, still filling the room, maybe more than I thought it would, but not overwhelming. At least not yet. I don't think there's anything about this scent that would become so powerful that you'd be like, ooh, get away from me, or whatever, if somebody else were wearing it. So check out Ginger's Garden soaps and aftershaves. Irene, I want to say her last name is Marchu. I hope I'm not butchering that or misremembering it. I'm not sure what I don't know if that's her maiden name or what, but I saw that she, in a post on her Facebook said that she was Czech, and sometimes the Czechs were called Bohemians. I used to go to a place in Omaha, Nebraska, which was kind of world famous in a way, called the Bohemian Cafe. Great Czech food there, excuse me. It's too bad that, I don't know why the Bohemian Cafe closed. I think the people that ran it just retired is all. I wish they could have gotten somebody to purchase it. I wish they still could get somebody to buy it and reopen it. Good place for kolaches, something called meatball soup, and let's see, and dill gravy, which is wonderful. Dill gravy on pork cuts, pretty good stuff. I may look that up and try to make it one of these days, the dill gravy. And meatball soup, as I recall, involves a meatball made from ground goose liver, I think, and just sat in either a cup or a bowl of hot water. It's usually one meatball in a cup and two in a bowl with the hot water. And Czech people from all over, if they found themselves in Omaha for any reason, uh, or sometimes they'd go to Omaha just to visit the Bohemian Cafe. Good stuff. They'd ride in from all over the world. I used to have a shot glass that said Bohemian Cafe because they had a bar there too. I'll be right back. Well, what time is it, Sarge? It's pickup time. How about that, Sarge? It's pickup time. Doesn't that excite you? Aren't you excited? Alright, I'll sit you down, buddy. You can go. I know you probably don't want to be trapped in here while I'm shaving. Cats don't like to be trapped in the little necessity room here. Not that I have a lot of cats trying to get in here. Okay, brushing this up a little bit. I'm not seeing a lot of lather, and there is lather, but there is great slickness on this, I think. Seems like it's nice and slick. Okay, pickup time, everybody, or touch-up time. Which is usually done just on the neck. Yeah, that is a nice slick soap. And such a refreshing and lovely scent to it. I think it's kind of a unisex scent. I think men or women could use it. Let me rinse the razor and go over this real quick again. And as I've said ad nauseum already, very comfortable blade, easy to shave with. I'm still hearing some audio feedback. You may not be able to hear it. There, I don't hear it anymore. You may not be able to hear that. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to be a BBS shave, but it's close enough for rock and roll, as per the old saying. I think we're going to stop there. But nice, no appreciable, well, I don't feel any irritation. Sometimes I might have overdone it in a couple of places, but feels great. I smell good. And I'd say this is a DFS shave. Maybe it's because of the razor. It's a very mild razor. And the jewel blade is not super sharp, but I would say in most razors, it's going to be sharp enough. And that's it. I'll be right back once again. Mm. Mm. Nice shave, nice shave. I'm going to finish drying off here, and then I'll start a brief recap, and I'll start to put the finishing touches on the shave too. First I ran some tepid water, put that on my face, and then I would put some of that ice cold water we get this time of year out of the tap. And wow, this is super nice. And now I'll put Mr. Towel back where he goes and start that brief recap I promised you. Before I got on camera, I prepped my face with this Taylor of Old Bond Street chamomile shave oil, and then I let that sit on my face for a couple of minutes while I was preparing the rest of the shave, getting everything ready and lathering the brush and so forth. My razor has been this two-piece non-adjustable. It's the Merkur 34C HD razor. Great starter razor, fairly mild in aggression, fairly mild, relatively narrow gap where the blade goes, and or where the blade sticks out, I should say. In there, on its first use, was one of these jewel blades, which I do recommend. They're nice. Kind of could be a daily driver for somebody. And then my brush was this restored, it says set in rubber, Sanax, sterilized, it says, yeah, originally made in the USA, but this Sanax, S-A-N-A-X brush with a new, I think that's a boar knot, or is that a badger? Boy, you know what, that could be either one. I'll try to look it up and put it down below here. Anyway, yeah, that's nice. And my soap has been this Ginger's Garden Polar Green Tallow Shave Soap, which I also recommend. Very nice stuff. And let me reach over here now for some of the T.N. Dickinson's Witch Hazel. It does have a little bit of alcohol in it, 14% by volume. I'll get some of this going here in the hands. That feels refreshing. There's just the tiniest bit of sting, but because of the alcohol, I guess, but it's just very pleasant. I know since we don't have feel-o-vision or smell-o-vision or shave-o-vision or whatever, you'll have to take my word for it, but that's pretty nice. The T.N. Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Now, one of the reasons I've used this soap today, I have used it before on the channel, and it was nice enough, but one of the reasons I'm using it is I now have this Ginger's Garden, the matching Polar Green aftershave. Excuse me. I purchased this myself online from Ginger's Garden, and the soap I was given well, a couple of years ago, sent to me by Randy Wright, so thank you again, Randy Wright. And I think his channel is now called Randy Shaves or something to that effect. It used to be the old Polar shaving, because he liked cold shaving with cold water, I guess. He said he was sold on cold. That used to be his motto. But we got this, and one of the things I like about this that I noticed when it first arrived, I haven't tried it yet, but it's got that, see that little thing that pops up? That makes it easy to put the right amount in your hand. And, I'll close that up again in a second, but I want to get this going in my hands. And you don't really need a lot. I might have overdone it, but that's okay. This has something good and skin softening in it. I can tell already. I don't believe there's any alcohol in it. And you could end with this and not use any balm, I believe. It's got a nice scent, identical really to the soap, and very pleasant. Okay, so that's the Ginger's Garden, the matching polar green aftershave. Very nice. Now I do have one more thing I'm going to apply, and then I'll leave you be. The Star Jelly from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And let's see. I know this is mentholated. I think there's also maybe a kind that's not mentholated. But anyway, I know this is. But that's more than I need probably right there. Put some in your hands. And this is also refreshing. This might be, oh, I don't know, gilding the lily, or it might be, I can't think of the words, superfluous or something, to put more cooling menthol on and kind of a balm here, aftershave jelly. But you know what? Who cares? We're going to treat ourselves right, better than right, better than Randy Wright. Just kidding. I'm sure he treats himself just fine. But yeah, we're going to gild the lily here, and we're pampering ourselves, gentlemen and ladies. Oh, there's a lot of menthol in that, and I don't really want to get any in my eyes, on my eyelids, but not in my eyes. And I might have gotten a little in my eyes, or maybe just the menthol on that is real strong. You will come away very, very cool, and it'll take a minute, but it gets more comfortable as it goes. Nice stuff, nice stuff. I gotta go. On behalf of myself, Sarge the cat, and even Mr. Towel there, have a great week ahead. Peace out.